Hola, 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 Bafeto. Welcome back. Welcome to Jabulani Football Channel, Kaizer Chiefs Football Channel. Yes, football from the fans' perspective. We're back again. Welcome to our new video. And if you are new in the channel, please let us subscribe. Let us turn on the notification button, and let us have a conversation in the comment section. Yeah, you know, on lunchtime, I try by all means to squeeze because there's no time. To be honest, there's no time to come here and stand here and make a video and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a struggle, but yeah, we're pushing, man. We speak Kaizer Chiefs, we're speaking transfer market and transfers, very interesting, you know, moment in football. In fact, that's one of the most interesting. In fact, it's the most interesting according to me. Teams are very busy, they are adding to their squads, they are offloading players, they're bringing players back who were on loan, they are, you know, sending other players on loan, they're assessing players, you know, it's a preseason and stuff like that. And Kaizer Chiefs, likewise, we're serving a transfer ban, a FIFA transfer ban, couldn't sign players who finished the whole season with, you know, a depleted squad, a squad that has been struggling, an aging squad, a squad that, you know, has, you know, had a lot of painful experiences. And the fact that we have made it to this far and now we're allowed to sign players, it's very encouraging. And there's a lot of news around Kaizer Chiefs, a lot of players linked with Kaizer Chiefs. And we need to speak about one player specifically that I think it's a huge signing for Kaizer Chiefs. But before we do that, yes, we're CAF Champions League finalists. We need to remind you, we need to say this. And the final is playing on the 17th of July. 17th of July, and it's going to be a very interesting game. According to me, it's one of those games. It's a do or die for Kaizer Chiefs. It's a final game. We're going into this final as underdogs. But one thing about Kaizer Chiefs is that we've been underdogs since the beginning of this season. We're underdogs when we played, man, to qualify into the group stages. When we made it into the group stages to qualify, you know, into the semi-final and stuff like that, we're underdogs. We're underdogs against Bamenda. We're underdogs against Petro de Luanda. We're underdogs against Wydad, if you remember. And we're underdogs against Simba. So there's nothing new with the underdog status. And there's a lot of people that are writing us off. And I think we need more people to write Kaizer Chiefs off. That's very much important. For me, it's not a disadvantage to be underdogs, especially when you're going to a final game. Because final games, no, there's no underdogs. There's not really underdogs. There's no favorites, stuff like that. It doesn't work like that. A lot of people are counting us off, counting us out. It's fine. It's acceptable. I read an article about Ahmed Mido, the former Egypt striker and EPL striker, says this is going to be the easiest Champions League final for Al Ahly, and he expects Al Ahly to have it easy to win it. It's fine. It's not a problem. With me, it's not a problem. If he expects, obviously, this guy is from Egypt and he has to speak on behalf of his team. And it's just a little bit disappointing when you listen to South African pundits, South African analysts, you know, YouTube football analysts writing Kaizer Chiefs off. Others saying that, yeah, there's Pizzo, very smart guy, Al Ahly experience, Kaizer Chiefs first, Champions League final, stuff like that. But I would expect at least to put, you know, our weight behind Kaizer Chiefs, to support the team, whether an Orlando Pirates fan, Mamelodi Sundowns fan, whether you're just a pundit from South Africa, it would count a lot. Look at what Robert is doing. Look at what Robert Marawa is doing. Push the club. Yes, there are analysts and there are stats. There's a lot of things you can say, but the fact is that let's put our weight behind Kaizer Chiefs. I mean, it's a South African club and we're doing very well. But personally, I'm not fazed by the underdog status. Look at the Euros. Look at what is happening with underdogs and favorites. The Euros should teach us a lot about football and a lot about the whole thing of underdogs and stuff like that. What happened to France? What happened to Germany? What happened to Portugal? So underdogs or no underdogs are going to this to a Champions League game, and I hope Kaizer Chiefs is going to deliver. And what is much more encouraging is the interview that Gatsande, you know, had, and what he says, Willard Gatsande, is that, you know, we are underdogs. We've been underdogs since the beginning of the season, of the campaign, CAF Champions League, and we've had ugly wins, we've had scrappy wins, we've had narrow wins, and the fact that we have not considered at home a single goal, it's a huge encouragement for the boys in the camp. And another thing that he mentioned, something that we've been, you know, speaking about, that he says that this is what Arthur Zwane told them. Says, win, lose or draw, I just want to see you guys perform. That's one thing that we've been crying for. That's one thing that we've been, you know, making noise about. whether Kaizer Chiefs wins, whether Kaizer Chiefs lose, what we want to see is the commitment, is the courage. It's the fighting spirit that we want to see. So yeah, it's fine, man. It's fine. It's fine. And speaking of Katsande, it's one of those players that have played a lot of games for Kaizer Chiefs. Played 325 games. Is equaling the record of Tinashe Washington Nongomashe. 325 games. The guy has been in Kaizer Chiefs, man. I remember when he came from Ajax, was not even a defensive midfield. Was playing as a right back and a right winger. And then he was converted into the defensive midfield, and he has been a solid rock for Kaizer Chiefs. He's one of the players that right now, today, the 30th of June, all their contracts have expired with Kaizer Chiefs. Parker is part of them, Kuhn is part of them, Pilani Zulu, Moliko is part of them, Billiard, Bruce Vuma, Leuha Manyama. Their contracts have ended as of today. They have expired as of today. So it's going to be interesting how Kaizer Chiefs approaches who's going to be brought in. I suspect Parker is going to come back. I don't wish to see Katsande coming back. As much as he has been very influential in Kaizer Chiefs winning the games, progressing in the CAF Champions League, I think it's time, man. It's time to move on from salt and pepper. But yeah, it's the decision of the coach, and the management. But also there's a lot of players that are said to have been signed and confirmed. They're just waiting. Kaizer Chiefs is going to announce players like Sekhota, Hlanti, Sibusiso Mabiliso, Patricezo Nange. It's players that have been, said it's solid that they will be Kaizer Chiefs players, and it's encouraging. According to me, it's encouraging. Other teams are also, making inroads. They're also trying to get players in. Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates are competing. But yeah, there's the other teams that just want to sign players for the sake of signing. Anyone who's linked to Kaizer Chiefs, you want to go and bid. Anyone who's linked to Orlando Pirates, you want to go and bid. I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand the transfer, the transfer policy of other teams, especially Mamelodi Sundowns. But that's how they work. I heard that they are pursuing evidence, Mahopa, and apparently they are doing it in a very clumsy way. They are calling him through the cell phone and stuff like that. So unprofessional, but it's none of our business. They do their business that way. That's how they work. That's how they do their things. That's how they took George Maluleke. I saw George Maluleke saying he's happy at Sundowns, stuff like that. The fact that he didn't play, he's happy that people thought he's not going to play at all. The little game time that he has, he's happy at Mamelodi Sundowns. So it's fine if he's happy. I remember a lot of players have been saying this kind of things. And come next season, you remember what happened to Opamanyisa, remember Manele, remember Manele, Papi Zotwane. A lot of players, you are happy at Mamelodi Sundowns if you are not playing and stuff like that. Then George Lebis, then come the following season, the other season, things are bad. But we wish all the best for George. Now, we were competing with Mamelodi Sundowns, competing with Orlando Pirates for the signature of Njabulo Ngcobo, the best centre back, the best defender in PSL this season. So the boy is said to have signed for Kaizer Chiefs, 27 years old, and has been the rock in that team of Swallows. Swallows is one of the teams that have conceded very few goals in this campaign. And the guy, Njabulo Ngcobo, has been the rock in that team, has been solid into that team. He's very comfortable on the ball. He's very competitive on air. He's a very smart defender. He's very smart. I've watched him. He's a very smart defender. He knows how to run, to read the game. He's not very much pacey. He's not too physical. But one thing that I like about him is that he's too smart. You ask yourself, Mamelodi Sundowns has about six center backs. Because Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates wants this guy a center back. They want to add to make a seventh center back. You ask yourself what is happening. But I never panicked because I knew the relationship between Kaizer Chiefs and Morocco Swallows is a very good relationship. And a lot of players want to play for Kaizer Chiefs, man. Regardless of how we play, regardless of where we are in the log, regardless of the seasons that we've struggled, the previous seasons that we've struggled, a lot of players want to play for Kaizer Chiefs, and it shows the culture and the heritage and the history of the club. It's a very big club in South Africa, and the fact that it is confirmed is we're just awaiting an announcement. Njabulo Ngcobo will be playing for Kaizer Chiefs. It's a very good news for us. But like I said, we need another centre back. We have an aging team. We have an aging squad. Cardoso is over 33. Tower is over 30, I think 32, 33 as well. and we need center back. We need a center back. We have Ngezana, of course, but we need a center back. And the fact that we've added Njabulo Ngcobo, it's very good news. But I would like to see Kaizer Chiefs going out there looking for a younger center back, a guy that can grow with the team. And it's good news, man. It's good news, man. I don't know. But we still need other players. Still need other players. Still need strikers. There was a link with Hamaldin, which the guy is old. The guy is old. It is said that he has a pre-contract with Kaizer Chiefs, personal terms agreed and stuff like that. Not really happy, but with Njabulo Ngcobo, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I think it's a huge addition for Kaizer Chiefs. It's gonna be one of those guys that are going to help the team going forward. The Stuart Baxter right now, a guy who knows how to nurture defenders, how to coach defenders, how to groom defenders, how to make them to be disciplined defenders. So yes, welcome to Kaizer Chiefs, Njabulo Ngcobo. And it is said that it's going to be announced as soon as Kaizer Chiefs is ready to announce players. He's going to be part of the players that are announced. Everything has been agreed. Everything is solid. It's 3 years contract. Otherwise, yeah, that is it from me. I'd like to hear from you. What do you think about the signing? Who do you think we still need to add? Do you still think we need another centre back? Now that we've been confirmed to have signed Njabulo Ngcobo, do you think we still need another centre back? Where do you think we need to strengthen? There's players that are in already. Nange. The fact that there's Khota, Hlanti also gets me worried because we don't need many players from Swallows because we already have a player that we sent to Swallows, and I suspect they might want to keep him. Suspect they might want to keep Manando, but we need Manando back. And it is said that we are busy with doing business with Swallows. They also want Pilani Zulu and another player from Kaizer Chiefs. I think there's a good relations, and that's one thing that we need, amongst PSL clubs and more special clubs from Soweto. There must be good business. There must be no exploitation between one and the other. We must not sign players because other teams want them. Because we just don't want the other team to have a player just because we just want to keep everyone. Sign players for the sake of signing. No, there must be signings. There must be purposeful signings. There must be signings that also will link into what we want to play, the project we want to build in. Those are things that we're looking into. Kaizer Chiefs is doing business, and I'm very happy. So far, I'm happy. And there's money from CAF. Other teams have been playing in PSL, have been bashing us and saying a lot of nonsense. But the fact is that we've made a lot of money in CAF, and I expect Kaizer Chiefs to go out there and spend. Like to hear from you what you think about the signing, Njabulo Ngcobo. What do you think about the CAF Champions League, man? Let's have a conversation around the CAF Champions League. We are in the champion. We are in the finals, I want to say. And we need to make the most of it. We need to speak about it. We need to blow it out of proportion, blow it out of context, man. Because we have all the rights to speak about it. I mean, really. Kaizer Chiefs final, Al-Ahly. It's going to be very interesting. Otherwise, Dibaling Football Channel. Yes, Kaizer Chiefs Football Channel. Football from the fans' perspective is love and it is peace.